played a little bit with Farah and May, but every time they play Bastion, they win under 50% of their team fights. So it hasn't been successful.
We have seen some cool Bastion compositions, but it looks like we're not going to see one now. Someone's back over to the Reaper.
May
And
Reaper.
there's a May, okay.
So we're turning back into the stage 4 meta slowly, Doa. Weirdly,
yes.
in this match, a lot more May Reaper. And then the aggressive defense here from the XL. They force the ice block from Haksal right away.
Wow, all right, now Janu in a lot of trouble. Trying to absorb a little bit, get
Janu
some kills.
lives.
Animo down, yeah, that kinetic grasp for Janu saved his life big time. And now they can get aggressive. Somansu down. But look at that, another split off. That is an Orisa in some trouble. Meko down to 0 health again, and New York's defense collapsing very early.
Yep. Only 30 seconds taken off here, and now it's just all about stalling that payload. All XL members are down. Libero will be on the Doomfist, and XL will have to look. Now, we've seen on Gibraltar many teams try that more aggressive defense right out of the spawn, which up until this point in Overwatch's competitive history, we've seen very little of. But considering the number of barriers, it is easier to survive there in the open at times.
Yeah, very true.
Titans coming back,
Especially
though.
barriers that come back quickly, like these do.
Libero looking for that angle. Sabiel be with the early
Good
fade.
angle. Ooh, that halt really helped set him up. He didn't quite get the killing rocket, but it was nice. That was a good rocket, actually, on the Somansu. Gets back to his team, though. At the last moment, New York's still on the back foot right now.
They got to back off away from that coalescence. Now's going to be the time to re-engage, but Haksal has a blizzard, so watch for that.
Everybody's ready. Still gets a rising uppercut, though. Comes down with the seismic slam before he backs away. And now Sabiel going for the flank with the Death Blossom. The blizzard is used by Vancouver, and it's enough to win a team fight. Oh, and Sabiel comes in with a very, very late Death Blossom. No kills from that. And I don't know if that's going to be a fight that New York can turn around. It's not, and that's going to be an ultimate that Sabiel definitely wishes he didn't use.
I mean, when you have the blizzard on the side of the Titans as well as the supercharger, makes it really tough to go ahead and try and take that point, especially when Vancouver was able to snowball an ult advantage because of their decisive first team fight win.
Yeah.
XL not going to be switching anything up right now, but they'll have that gravitic flux. Johnny with the match right now, but the combo with the Meteor Strike, that's what's so dangerous.
Indeed, here we go. Somansu really wants that ultimate. Gravitic Flux used indeed. Johnny gets one to Jonak. Support's falling on both sides. And now Somansu just trying to finish off Mono on his own. He does do just that. Libero coming in to try to turn it around for New York. But no such luck as the Titans keep the payload moving, and it is not really stopped yet.
18-4 eliminations for the Titans right now. So dominating on the first 3 team fights on this map. XL, they can't get the combo together. You want to use that flux, halt people together, and then hit them with the Meteor Strike. When they drop, doesn't end up happening. Meteor Strike's used late by Libero. XL gonna have a hard time here. They have a coalescence.
Yeah.
Might get a sound barrier, but that's about it.
Somansu was waiting up on the ship and had to drop down. And here we go. It's going to be a Meteor Strike used by Haksal. Where's he going to land? Let's find out. Sound barrier used by Animo to keep everybody safe, to try to at least. Haksal, no kills there. Halt comes in. Somansu still waiting for a chance to use that ultimate. Oh, he gets stunned during the middle of it. Doesn't really get a lot of kills out of that. They've got the supercharger. Now Meko in the back line. Kinetic grasp, but he's not going to live. Yeah, that was a great punch to displace that Sigma. And the Titans continue to roll forward. And again, we see the DPS coming alive, and finally, Janu's showing up on the kill feed.
Yeah, lack of coordination so far from the XL. In spite of all those ults, Doa, they got exactly
Oh, the split spawn.
0 eliminations in that last engage. So
That's
NYXL still sitting at 4 kills on the entire map so far. And Titans not be going down easily today.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone would expect this to be a one-sided match either way. Titans certainly not going to, or certainly looking rather, like they're not going to let New York get one win away from the grand finals. Sound barrier as Slime pops it, they're coming in. And Vancouver Titans getting aggressive, they get a kill in the Meko. I don't think New York was ready for that level of aggression. Reaper ult, Sabiel B trying to push everyone back again. And the halt nearly brings in Haksal a couple kills. He gets one anyway on Amano. Enough damage was done. Doomfist versus Doomfist. Libero takes the second punch. And that's enough, and nobody there to even stop them.
Whoa.
That is a crazy push.
3:37 in the time bank for Vancouver.
And guess what, Doa? Still no limbs at all on point C. 28-4, we end in favor of the Titans. So crushing attack round for the Titans. They did not lose a team fight in the whole map.
Yep. Finally. you could almost say the Titans getting some room for their DPS players to work a little bit more, and it seems like the verticality that this map offers is really doing them a lot of good.
It's also, I think, the stunning lack of coordination we saw on the XL side. When they had a chance to stop the snowball and gain some ground, they just never really used their ultimates in a cohesive way in order to gain that advantage. And then they got a bit unlucky with things like the split spawn onto C that didn't allow them to really defend until the very end of the map.
Well, kind of reminds you a little bit of what happened back on Lijiang Tower, where New York would sometimes find themselves in a little advantage situations, but just weren't pushing it through to a teamfight win. Now, of course, that was very different on maps 2 and 3, but that problem seems to kind of be rearing its ugly head again here in Gibraltar.
Yeah, we'll see how fast NYXL is going to be able to move on their attack round. It will be very difficult to match that time, but I think strange things could happen on some of these escort maps.
Really?
In Time Bank especially.
Yeah.
We've seen some really big pushes, obviously, in that overtime. And
saw one yesterday.
Yeah, crazy one yesterday.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, you never know because it's Overwatch, but you also you double never know because it's the playoffs. And I'm not saying it's like
double negative where you do actually know. I'm just saying you don't know twice as much.
You're twice as ignorant as you think you are.
That's right.
Which is probably generally true in life.
Well, you say that all the time to various people. Never me, but...
On Twitter especially.
Oh, yeah. That's usually the main place, the main arena. Hoxall, early ice block, trying to stop New York from pushing here, but he's a little bit vulnerable. Gets to stand behind their reset. Now he's got his wall up again. Nice halt to bring people in. And he's really just getting a lot of slows in there, being really annoying with the damage and trying to build up that blizzard. No kills just yet, though. Slime, actually, the one who falls first. And so, despite the push from the Titans, New York not phased, backing off and finding the people that were vulnerable.
Bit surprised that we have Hoxall here on the A defense on the May.
Everybody getting melee kills there for some reason.
Just a beat down.
Out. It's punch out now, I guess.
Just a beat down there.
Wait, the first rule about Fight Club is we weren't supposed to talk about Fight
Oh,
Club.
I messed it up again.
Nah, we're so bad at Fight Club. Man, it happens. New York. That coordination that they lacked in that last round, certainly here now. We're here for that fight anyway.
Hoxall now switching over to the Doomfist, so they're not going to go and try and build up that blizzard.
Yeah. Summons you down. That's a great start for New York. Getting that early pick on the DPS. Jonette goes back. Coalescence does a ton of damage to the Vancouver Titans. He's going to pick up a couple himself and help Sabielby finish off the rest. Even Animo getting in there as well, and that's an easy point A take. And those weird things are kind of beginning to happen, I think.
He's got a long way to go, Dola. Remember, the Titans really didn't lose a team fight, but NYXL,
they really haven't either, though.
Split spawn, gotta help them out, get a little more distance on the payload while they wait for the respawn from Slime. And taking stock of things right now, big ult advantage for the NYXL. Vancouver Titans falling a little bit further behind with some of the hero swaps, especially for Hoxall.
Yeah, Libero playing it safe. Not wanting to run in there with the shields, can't blame him. It's going to be the supercharger used by Mono to try to deny the Titans from coming in and stopping the payload.
Also denies them from peeking and trying to poke their way into some ults.
That as well. Oh, Libero. Oh, gets denied. Gravitic Flux pops right out of it, though, with his Meteor Strike. Comes right in, and that's TZ down. Loaded it up, and now it's a problem. Janu trying to make the best with the sound barrier. They've all got the shield. Excelsior with the loss of Animo might need to back up. Sabielby, though, no kills, but he does split up Vancouver a little bit. Janu down. Libero gets one on the tertiary of that fight. And that was just a great job by New York to actually split up the Titans and pick up some kills. But here comes Sabielby, and the Titans bring it right back with a couple of kills of their own. They just couldn't win the fight decisively enough, and the Titans finally get a full stop.
Less than a meter left, but the Titans with the spawn advantage get more of their members on the card. I was afraid that they might give up that point for free, but they got back in the nick of time.
It was very close.
To stop the payload, especially when the Titans did have a player advantage.
Yeah.
XL threw everything they had at that. That's a big ult economy reset for both teams.
Well, that's where the Titans really get dangerous. Is there's so much a nice rock on XL. There's so much individual skirmishing power on this team that if you split them up, you're fighting a lot of 1v1s that are really difficult to win, honestly.
Yeah, now XL gonna try for a slow push here. They're gonna move everyone onto the high ground. Hoxall gonna try and get a pick in the choke point, and he get it.
He definitely got it. Animo did not see that fist coming. And now the Titans denying the push from New York. See if they can get out. We'll see if they get any more exit kills.
Yeah, Lucio will be able to rejoin the rest of the NYXL on that high ground pretty easily. So they're just going to maintain their position. Ooh, that's a good haul to knock the low mobility tanks onto the low ground.
Janu goes down. Gravitic Flux used. Mono down already. Trying to do that just to secure the kills on the tanks, and looks like that'll work out just fine.
That was a great flux
Yep.
from Janu. Right read on the situation to follow up on the halt. You've got them divided. There's no easy way for them to regroup. And if they do, they go on the low ground. So if you go ahead and use that flux, you're going to catch at least 2, maybe more.
Right. These rocks from Janu on the low ground, or from Meko rather on the low ground, have been pretty funny. Keeps hitting people on top of the ship.
Yeah, accurate, but not resulting in any eliminations.
He's been playing his Sea of Thieves lately, hasn't he? He's got that cannon angle down. Oxall loading up another Doomfist punch here. We'll see if the Rocket Fist does quite that. No, Libero. He gets it instead. Sominsu comes back with one. Here come the sound barriers. On board with Meko now as he tries to find a good place to use that ultimate. Looks like he found it. Or did he? Oh, everyone gets out. But here comes a Meteor Strike. Libero drops down on
Oh, he interrupted the Death Blossom.
That was not bad at all. Yeah, Libero with another one onto Sominsu, doing just what you said. Rocket punch into Hawksall, and suddenly the Doomfist from New York takes matters into his own hands.
It's really just a good illustration of Libero's style. You'll notice that he's playing defensively. He's peeling off the back line for the Death Blossom, and then he's waiting for Hawksall to come in and counter-punching, and it's working out super well in that fight, at least for the NYXL. That said, though, they're already a minute behind on that time bank, and they are nowhere close to completing point C. So XL, they are going to have a very impressive run to Gibraltar if they want to give themselves a fighting chance.
That's right. It's hard to run to Gibraltar. A lot of it's surrounded by water, but you can run from one angle. One angle. Run from an angle. That's where they came from, I'd assume. Coalescence comes in from Twilight. New York advancing, though, and they've got the supercharger, but they don't have Libero. There's Janu with the flux. Damage coming in. That's enough to take out Meko with a little bit of help, and Titans get another full hold here, or another full stop, I should say, for the payload here on point C, and New York down to just about a minute 50, down to at least a minute 30 before the next fight happens.
Yeah, minor commitment from the XL.
Yeah.
Fortunately for them, they're going to be a little bit faster here.
That's rough.
On some of their support ultimates. So, Vancouver Titans, they can hold this push. They might be good to hold them off point C entirely. It's going to be the hard one where they're pretty far behind when it comes to that economy.
That's right. New York needs to make something happen. They need to make it happen right now, and the punch from Hawksall goes right through the rock, it seems like. Loading it up onto Meko. Good amount of damage onto him, but it's Teasy that falls first. Now Hawksall has to go to the back lines to defend his tanks. One already down. Animo comes in for a bloodthirsty support kill at the end of Vancouver Titans back in spawn. You mentioned it, Monty. This was a fight to worry about if you're the Vancouver Titans, and you can see why.
Yeah, now the spawn room camps are going to come in. Now, fortunately, Twilight was able to stall the payload for the majority of that fight, but they still have to walk through these choke points. They're playing into a gravitic flux, but they have support ults. Maybe they can do something.
Yeah, double support ultimates for the Titans. They've got the Coalescence out first. There's the sound barrier as well. Mono a little bit low. If they can finish him off, that would be huge to push this attack back, and it looks like they might be able to do just that. No, Hawksall down, but there goes Savior B as well. Sominsu back to his team for the moment here, but again, without the Reaper, New York is going to have a hard time pushing, and they only have 30 seconds remaining. They need to make something happen now. Jonex Coalescence coming in. A little bit of damage there. Oh, the Gravitic Flux from Janu. Good damage on the Meko. And that might be it for New York's attack, and that might be it for this map. Vancouver Titans on the verge of tying this up. Maybe one more desperate push coming in from New York, but they have only 10 seconds.
I mean, Sabiobi is hiding around the corner right now, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to get back to that payload.
I don't know if he can. He's going to try. 5 seconds remaining.
He's going to touch, barely.
Yeah, he's going to touch, but he's going to die immediately. So at the best, it's going to be a 5v6. Another Doomfist coming around the corner. Meko a little bit low as well. Overtime ticking away. Libero down. And the Titans have really looked like they're going to put themselves in a position to tie this series up. And they are going to do exactly that. New York can't get there. Tie series 2-2.
Nicely done